started recording about 5 minutes ago.
You just made the sound.
I started recording 5 minutes ago.
Oh, good.
All right, Brad, you want to introduce our guest?
Man, he needs no introduction.
We have, you know what, we can't introduce him because we need to know what level of anonymity.
We should have gone over this.
I don't care.
So we're definitely using first name, sorry. This is Mack, and you can tell us as much about yourself and where you're from as you want, Mack.
Well, I am from the big city of Walterboro, and
That's not how y'all pronounce it.
Walterboro.
There you go.
And I was trying to make it sophisticated for you. So we're from Walterboro, and there is a T in there somewhere, but we're most famous for the probably the Murdoch murder trials.
Ooh, that's right.
I
And,
already forgot about that.
Yeah, and they're coming out with a new Netflix thing, so
I hope so.
be popular again. And but family business, been there going on 73 years this year.
Good Lord.
I'm
You look it.
third generation. I feel it. And third generation. I had the fourth generation working with me too.
Truth be told, the fourth generation is just awkwardly standing in the corner watching us talk.
Yeah, I told them today's topic was going to be about how hard it is to work with family members and just how aggravating it is.
It's probably going to end up being the topic.
I'm sure we'll get there eventually. And Brad, you'll have to correct me. I don't know where I did my phone. We had some type of itinerary to at least get Mac started, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe so, but I think it's on your phone. I mean, I know you sent it to me.
Oh God, I thought you were going to organize
So fourth
this.
generation. So who started?
So my grandparents started it. My granddad, also named Mack. We're very creative in our family with names. The fourth generation's name is also Mack as well. And but he had polio, so back in the late 40s, early 50s, he went to school to be a watchmaker, and
Just like Sherman. I mean, minus the polio, but yeah.
you know, and he came back and they opened a store. You know, basically had one showcase and focused on watch repair. But unfortunately, after they've been open about 6 years, couple days before Christmas, he had a massive heart attack and died. Ooh. He was 40 years old, just had his 40th birthday.
Wow.
A couple months before that. And my grandma at the time was, apparently she said she was like horribly shy. Like she said it made her want to vomit to have to talk to people.
Oh
like
my
she
gosh.
was super, super shy. And but she had two girls, aged 10 and 6, and she had to figure out how to take care of them. And
So was she working in the store before he passed, or was this she had to come in?
I think she would just help him out, you know, and but she didn't have to deal with anybody or
Right.
whatever.
Well, that's the
And-
best part of this industry is
Yeah, that's the job
helping
we're
people.
all looking for. It's like, can we help out the workers? And not deal
Inevitably,
with-
if you're a small independent jewelry store, you have family working with you. It could be a short-lived experiment, but you're going to try it at least once.
Right. And, you know, and I know some people, they run into issues and everything else. I'm the youngest grandchild, and so everyone else in the family got a shot at it before me. But they decided that working for family was a little hard.
they were the smart ones. They got out.
I don't know. I think now they're like, man. But grandma was very she was very strict. There wasn't she didn't take no bull.
Mm-hmm.
And
We've heard lots of Helen stories. Helen's
They're the greatest.
ex-grandmother.
Yeah, our jokes always involve how well Helen set you up in life
and
to be the successful jewelry store / bench jeweler that you are today.
hey, that's the truth, man. That's the truth. And that was my foundation.
So I know you bounced around a little bit when you were younger, but how did you, like, when did you first start sitting down and like holding a torch?
So when I was like 10, we would come down on the weekends, and my grandma would just have me do watch batteries and bands and stuff like that. And we moved back to Walterboro when I was 13 years old, something like that. And so I worked there after school. I would I'd go and work there until 5:30, and then I'd go work at Piggly Wiggly and bag groceries the rest of the night. And but when I graduated high school, I was like, man, I don't want to work for family, and I don't want to work at a grocery store. And I graduated high school I was 16, and so I felt like I was way more mature. And no, my mom would punch me in the face, literally. So there was no dropping out. And so I wanted to go out and get a real job, as I called it. And so I went and did a bunch of other stuff, and I was working for the fire department at the time, and I was a engineer EMT with our county fire department, working the medic side and the fire side. And
the whole time the bench was calling you back.
Yeah, well,
gosh,
my grandma was like,
it was actually
I don't
Helen.
like you having 2 days off, in a row.
It wasn't the bench, it was Helen.
You working 1 day on, 2 days off. Seems like you wasting your life. And but she got real sick, and she's like, hey, would you mind helping me out? And I was like, sure, I'll do that. And I went to a couple different schools. The first school I went to was a guy named Buddy Blair up near Boiling Springs, South Carolina.
Sparkle City.
Yeah, man. And I got real fortunate. He had a little school up there, but when I inquired about it, like, I was the only person that week. And so it was a lot of one-on-one. And
that reminds me of a Garth Brooks song.
And
how old were you?
Well, he did have hands of but he taught me a lot. And then so I had a couple, former schools and everything else. And then another guy, I guess a legend in his own right in the jewelry business.
Oh, he's coming on.
Oh, good.
So
a guy by the name of Chuck Kohler.
Ooh. Are you sure it's not Kaler?
Yeah, it's whatever I say. It's
okay.
at that moment. And
I'm always confused on that.
Well, I'm great at getting people's names wrong and just sticking with it.
Mack is not confused at all.
And so my best friend's name is Joe Willie, but I called him Willie Joe. And I've called him Willie Joe so much that everybody calls him Willie Joe now.
Wait, is his actual name Joe Willie?
Yeah, it's Joe
It's
Willie.
not. Is it Joseph William?
No, I say that when I get mad at him or whatever, like his mother. And,
well, even to this day, I can't even call your son by his real name. I have to call him Medium, which is not even a real name.
Yeah, we just give people names and they just kind of work. But
so I wasn't under Chuck. I'm sure he taught you everything you needed to know.
Yeah, and at the time I was still working at the fire department, and I met Chuck at the Atlanta Jewelry Show, and Chuck does the Nashville Rescue Squad.
Oh, I didn't know
and he does the diving and everything else as well. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of hit it off over that. And he's like, you know what? He's like, I've always wanted to teach somebody that had some formal schooling and a couple years experience. What if you pay your way to Nashville and I'll teach you everything I know? So I ended up going to Nashville a couple times and standing behind Chuck, and because you're going to stand all day long because he has a standing bench. I didn't know this.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
First day, I go and get me some dress shoes and everything else, so I look nice. And next day I'm wearing tennis shoes.
So I didn't realize. I mean, we can talk to him about it, but I thought the stand-up bench was like in the last decade or so.
No. He's been creating other versions of his stand-up workbench and everything else, but no, he's been standing up for a long time.
Man. So you'd go for like a week at a time?
Yeah,
or?
I just go for a week at a time, and it was amazing. The first time I went, if it took me 30 minutes to do it before, I could do it in 10 minutes when I got back.
Nice.
And I
mean, that was from practicing back at home, or just from picking it up?
Just different techniques and everything, and just different. He just explained things in a different way, and I was like, "Oh, that makes way more sense. This will be a whole lot easier if I
do it the right way."
When you learn about thermodynamics, it's a game changer.
These are topics that I'm definitely gonna excited to talk to him about. We're trying to figure out how to set up the remote access type stuff, but he's game whenever I get it ready.
Once you get these sponsorships going, you'll fly him down. It'll be no problem.
Well,
we do have opportunities.
If you guys want to, this podcast could be big in Walterboro. If you guys want to sponsor it, it could be big.
Could be.
I think one of the things, though, Mac, that the reason we really wanted you on is, for one, you've been doing this probably just as long. So how many years on the bench would you say?
Guess right at going on my 20th year now.
Okay, so we're in it about the same, but just different kind of ways to get where we are now.
And also different stores get different experience, and like Medium's been doing some work for a friend of mine, doing his repairs and everything else for a couple different stores and stuff, and he'll comment all the time because he'll knock like 20 of them out, no problem. And he's like, man, I wish we had their customers. They don't mess their stuff up as much as ours do. and we get to work on a lot of 10-carat rings and hollow chains, and as far as the repair side goes. And the more crap you work on, the better of a jeweler you become at working on crap.
That's true.
And it almost feels weird when you go from, because where we used to work, it was fast-paced, kind of, it was a lot of cheap stuff. It had to be done quick. But then when you start working on nice stuff, it's like, oh, wow.
Right? When they're like, when all you have to do is retip one prong. And it's like,
wait, this whole thing is not going to melt as soon as I put heat to it.
Yeah, those are the greatest.
But yeah, we were talking about tips and stuff for like new people. I think that's a good tip, is just to work on the cheapest crap you possibly can, and when you can not mess that up, you're probably pretty good.
And honestly, the biggest tip, like working on hollow chains and everything else, like if you're now I still do it with a torch. My son, he got trained by y'all, so he's
messing up
everything
stuff a different way.
The youngest master jeweler.
He's doing everything with a laser, and I still do it with a torch. But like soldering a hollow chain, like the one thing that I learned the most, like if you spend more time heating up your soldering plate before you try to solder on the chain, it goes way, way better.
Everything's got to be
nice tip.
Everything's got to be hot. I did learn that from Chuck. It was weird how, because I learned, I didn't have formal training, so a lot of it was trial and error. So you kind of learn thermodynamics, but not really. And then when you hear somebody talk about it, I'm like, that actually makes sense. Way more sense. If I heat the entire ring, how much easier this is. Or if I heat up the plate that the chain I'm working on and the surrounding area, it's amazing how when people go to school, they learn things.
Right.
Mind-blowing.
It is.
Now, one thing, before we even hit record and before Brad decided to show his butt
Are
up,
we not recording?
I meant before, like earlier today.
Oh.
God, I actually should probably check. But before you showed up, we were having a very interesting conversation, and it kind of expressing the idea of how annoying it is, at least for me to see on social media and places like JHJ, for people to they ask questions about what they should do and how they should do it. And you have the know-it-all jewelers who, or sometimes they're professional speakers, and they're just like, well, this is what you do. And it's like the end-all be-all of how to run a successful jewelry store. And then talking to you, Mac, and just me and Brad, we have a setup where it's just two people. You have you and your son in the back doing repairs, but he also has to fill in on the store, on the sales floor. And then I think you have a couple girls working for you there. So you could just talk about what we were talking about, just how every store is drastically different, and you have to kind of find your lane and your personality.
And that's the biggest part. I think a lot of people give, and I'll give advice too, and And you got to realize that person is only giving you advice through the way that they see it and the way they've experienced it. But not everybody's store has the same personality or the same identity. And not everybody wants to have the same type of store. Like, our store is heavy retail sales out of the case.
So I wanted to get into that because we give you a lot of crap from Helen, but you have taken your store to a new level.
Yeah.
And so you guys, you didn't build, but you remodeled something and moved locations. And so tell us what your store is now versus what it used to be.
We'd been in the same location for 69, 70 years. Little 2,000 square foot storefront on our main street, one-way street. And but before, and my grandmother passed away 5 years ago. And like I said, I came back to the store about 20 years ago. And when I came to work after working on my days off from the fire department, they, after about a year, I said, you know what, I got to decide what I want to be when I grow up, because, I got a 1-year-old child, and working 30 days a month is not what I want to be doing. And she told me, she said, well, I can't pay you what they pay you at the fire department. And our county fire department pays actually pretty well for being in the middle of nowhere. And I said, yeah, you can't pay me what I get paid now, but if you give me the opportunity, I can make it to where you can pay me what I want to get paid.
There you go.
And it took probably 5 or 6 years before she started letting some of the reins go. And I joined IJO. They had called and
Sponsorship opportunity.
offered a free weekend, and my grandma was like, hey, it's your birthday weekend. I'll send you on vacation. And but I went, and I was talking with people, and I came back, and I was just like on fire. I was like, man, we could be doing more. We could be making some money if we.
I do think
made some changes.
I do think small jewelers have a hard time, because it was a struggle for mine to justify like getting away from the store to go to like a show or a conference and talk to people.
How is going to spend money going to help you?
Yeah, I'm going to close down my shop and not make money and spend money. But you're not wrong, because I think you were one of the few people who kind of talked me into doing a show. And then the same thing, same experience. You come back and you're just like full of ideas. You talk to other people. I think that's kind of the heart of the podcast in some ways.
Right.
It's just to realize like.
And also when you work with family, like a big hold up from my grandmother's side of things. And don't get me wrong, she saw things the way she saw things because she grew up in the Depression. Mm-hmm. She knew how hard it was when they started up and everything else. But I'd be like, hey, I'd like to do this. I got a buddy, man. They're killing it doing this. And she would tell me, she's like, but you got to remember where they're at now. They're not in Walterboro. They're in a big city. And I was like, but I think that we can still use some of those principles to make it work. And
yeah, because I'm sure in some ways she wasn't wrong.
She wasn't wrong.
But in other ways, she kind of was wrong.
But also, and I'll say on this side, it's a little easier to take risk if you weren't the one who built it up from nothing.
Well, that's true.
And I realized that, like,
right.
I didn't have the struggle when I came in of like, hey, we just spent all of our money on inventory. We don't have any money for a paycheck. Like, I didn't have that struggle, and I realized that. So when I came along, it was a little easier on me on that aspect. But in a 10-year time frame, I 7 times the volume of our store. And and now it's on a consistent basis. And I moved from our little 2,000 square foot store. We remodeled a old bank building that directly across the street from us. It's about 6,000 square foot total. Our showroom is still about the same size, but now we have a huge shop.
Now you're talking.
It looks like we could have like 5 or 6 jewelers back there, but
nobody wants to move to Walterboro.
Just two. So
Do you want to?
not yet.
Is this your open invite while your son watches that you are looking to hire a new bench jeweler at some point?
So actually, I decided to, instead of like a hiring process, we're just going to have a competition, and I'll bring in somebody new. And if they work better than him that day, they replace them. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
a good idea.
It's a cut deal. It's like,
I'm so glad he doesn't have a mic this morning.
every day is a competition to keep your job. No. It's but hopefully one day. And I have 3 kids, but the ages are spread far apart. My oldest is almost 21. My next child is 10, and my youngest is 6. So I'm gonna be working for a while, but hopefully I want all my kids to be interested in the business.
That's interesting. I think a lot of people sometimes say
a lot
the
of people
opposite.
feel the opposite way, but honestly,
Now that gold's over 3,600, do you still feel the same way?
yeah, because you know what my number one seller's been this month? Gold chain.
Hollow
gold
or
chain.
solid?
Solid. Or semi-solid on some of them.
Right.
But like
Semi-solid.
around the $1,800 price range on a chain, and it's crazy. That's one of our top sellers right now. And we started doing a ton of custom. So my biggest problem that I have is stressing out over things that are out of my control. And
I think everybody can relate to that.
And oh man, it's the worst when you're expecting a job to come in on the 15th, and because they're going to wherever on the 16th out of country to get proposed.
They're always going somewhere,
and and they never thought to get this ring when they purchased the tickets for this trip. Like you purchased the trip 6 months ago, and 2 weeks before you come to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and just all that stress, like, I was like, man, if I could just handle all of this right here, then I wouldn't be stressed out as much. And turns out you just stressed out in a different way.
Oh, yeah, you just shifted the stress, but at least it's in your control stress.
Right. And the thing about it is, because if your vendor doesn't have it set on the 15th ready to ship out, you're just SOL. But if you don't have it completely set on the 15th, well, you can work late tonight or come in early and get it done.
Well, I mean, what you're talking about reminds me of like just this industry in general. We all know that, especially in the U.S., stores are closing all over, and we joke, but it's not really a joke that the bench jewelers are the heart of the industry, because you see the stores that are thriving and growing are the ones who are doing exactly what you can do.
Right. And
hey, we're a full service shop and we can do it all. The stores that are there was a surge, I think, for what, like 20 years where you could just sell stuff.
Yeah. And not have to
ship out repairs.
Service it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, I think one side can complement the other when you have and it takes a good staff, and I'm very fortunate. I have a great group of people.
Are you just saying that because they might listen?
Do you think my people know how to turn on a podcast?
So you genuinely mean it then?
I really mean it. And I mean, well, you look, my one lady, she's been with us off and on since 1985.
Oh wow.
She's been back with us 16, 17 years now, full time. My other sales lady, she this is her first job she's ever had, and she's been with us a little over 4 years now. And my mother, she's she does all of her bookwork, accounting, and everything else. And my wife, she handles all of our social media and everything. And it really takes this entire team to make it work, because the service side gets the people in.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But having a good sales team allows you to double dip.
Yep.
They're bringing in something for repair, but Angela ain't letting you leave without looking at something else. And you know, and it's a good thing. I mean, she's not super pushy, but she's a salesperson.
Let me ask you this then. So they're focused on sales, and obviously they're taking in repairs for you to do. So do they get a pass when they are constantly misquoting or not pointing out all the things that have to be done, undercharging because they're such a good staff, or do you have to bring them out front and embarrass them in front of everyone?
Well, I'm kind of a pushover sometimes, so that's why they usually get a free
pass.
Just
scream about it when you get mad and after the fact?
No, we'll have a little quick discussion, but I treat my people very carefully. Like, I've had some bad bosses growing up and everything else, and that's one thing I never wanted to be. Like,
oh yeah,
I try to treat my people super good. Like, I pay for their lunch every day.
Ditto.
Thank you.
They get 3 weeks paid vacation.
Let's not get crazy.
Let's hear
now.
more, Matt.
And they also,
I don't mean to switch gears or anything, but
and like we work 39 hours. They work 39 hours a week. They get paid for 40 hours a week, you know? And so I try to treat them well because they treat me well. And like, honestly, I don't know if I could ever find another staff that has the same care that the staff that I have now.
That's a good point.
And so, like,
that's a good point. And
I don't ever want to lose that.
Right.
know?
Oh no, I 100% agree. I think that is I think we definitely live in a time where people are like, well, you're the employee, this is your job, and if you don't do it, I'll find someone else. And I'm like, yeah, good luck. I mean,
but honestly, like in my thing now, my grandmother, she worked up until she physically couldn't, and but work was her Disneyland. You know, she wanted to be at work
fun.
more than anywhere else. I mean, she just loved her store, and she loved her people. I mean, people would come in, and like, for her, it wasn't just a job, but it was her fellowship, it was her church.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people would come in and talk and ask about religious advice and life advice, and we used to pick and call her Lucy off of the Peanuts, you know, like, we need to get her little 5-cent jar up there. And it's like, I thought we were trying to sell some jewelry here.
Brad,
and,
have we played the song that talks about jewelers not being therapists? Because this could be a good episode to feature that one on.
I'm not sure.
But
it definitely, if we
but
have
we
it.
are therapists.
Exactly.
Untrained, unlicensed,
underpaid.
I mean, even I had a customer come, and she was selling some gold from her previous relationship, and he'd passed away a while back and everything else, but he and her used to come in the store all the time and sit and talk with my grandma for hours on end and everything else, and the lady was like, I mean, it's probably been 10, 12 years, and she was very emotional. And you know,
oh, that's rough. That's not easy.
But it's part of the job.
Yep.
And you know, you got to take the good with the bad.
I think what you're describing, it perfectly feeds into one kind of how we started about how every store is different, because you had grandma up front who could chat and just talk, and, you know, obviously she probably had work to do, but she had that flexibility. And then we were discussing, because when it's me and Brad here without our part-time help,
yeah,
every conversation is keeping us from something else, which is why I try not to ever judge other stores and how they conduct and what they do or don't do or specialize in, because
well, now it's a lot harder to have that same kind of connection and stuff, because the busier we've gotten, the less time you have, and the more you're in there talking with a customer, and then 2 or 3 other people walk in, and, you know, it's kind of that double edge there.
yeah, it's a good, I mean, I try to remind myself, and I think me and you're on the same page with this. I think all three of us are. It's easy to complain when you're like stressed and busy.
Yeah.
But also, I think we all do a good job of simultaneously quickly realizing like it's really blessed to be busy.
Right. I mean, and that's one thing. I'm so thankful every day. Like the customers that we get and the people that come in the store, and it really blows my mind. And because honestly, if 20 years ago you would told me we were going to be where we're at today, I'd be like, man, that's an awesome dream.
You know, what this really does is I feel like Helen, and I'm excited for, I guess, my kids and grandkids. I got 5, so we're going to be, can you imagine if you had 5 kids, how much you'd be selling right now? Well, I guess 2 of them aren't old enough to sell anything, but
I don't know if I had,
you would have to be selling things.
I might have to take if I had 5 kids, I might take a
this has
page
to work.
out of my dad's book and be like,
you guys don't understand.
20.
This has to work. It has to work for me.
It's a different podcast, Mac.
And but you know, I think it's awesome. And now I involve my little ones in the store now, and I involved medium in the store growing up too, just doing like Facebook videos and letting them be a part of things. Like the last show we went to, I let the kids both pick out a piece of jewelry apiece and have a little competition of, all right, whichever one we sell first.
That's a good idea.
And but let me tell you what happens with that. You end up having to buy both of them something. Because it doesn't matter if one wins or not.
I'll tell you what, no matter the age, these kids these days, they want to get paid for everything.
Yeah,
I had a conversation with my daughter. It was, she would come and do social media videos for us. And I think we had agreed on some type of incentives, a few dollars for this, a few dollars for that, so she could earn it. And then it was, but also that day I had to spend like $8 on Starbucks and like $20 on her lunch. And then she was like, well, I'll just take my payment in the form of, when she started doing the math and realizing like she kind of owes me money, but somehow she got all the things and the money at the same time. I don't know. But the kids these days, they want to get paid for everything. It don't matter if they're 5 or 12.
Yeah. And I put my kids like in our TV commercials and things like that, and in our Facebook videos and stuff that we do, and just try to make it exciting to them, And I try not to let them see all the stressed out, crappy parts of the business. I want that to be a surprise to them, just like it was to me, like.
Now. We're going to have to probably set up a second next time you're coming through this town, because I think we could talk for hours. But what me and Brad really were looking forward to having you here is you consistently have some of the funniest customer stories of anybody I know in the jewelry industry. And we probably should have prepped you to prepare a couple of them, but I'm sure you have a laundry list you could just pull out and just some crazy mediums here. He can remind you of some. I just know over the years you just blown my mind.
Oh, yeah. So,
here we go.
So I had this customer, and back when we were at our old store, and our old store only had a little bathroom in the back, right past the safes and stuff, and so we did not have a public restroom.
Oh no!
And
oh no!
And I hadn't been back at the store that long, and so I wasn't as polished as at comebacks as I might be now. And the lady asked if she could use the bathroom, and I was like, I'm sorry, we don't have a public restroom, but there's a restaurant right down the street you can use. And she looked me dead in the eye, and she said, if you don't let me use your bathroom, I'm going to urinate on the floor.
I did want to warn you that we're trying not to make any explicit content.
I'm trying. I'm doing good. And before I could even think, I said, and if you do, I'll rub your face in it like a puppy. And she got mad and left.
Why?
And
why would that bother her?
That's what I thought. And but now, y'all, we dang near best friends. And I mean, I can't be somewhere in public across the parking lot that she doesn't holler and come give me a hug and everything else. It's
That's awesome. Oh,
but when I said it, she got mad. My grandma looked at me, and I was like, I'm sorry.
Yep.
But I'm not cleaning that up. Like,
There's got to be a line somewhere.
I left doing EMT stuff and everything else. I'm not cleaning that stuff up no more.
So what was like the next interaction with her? Like, how did y'all go from I'm gonna rub your face in your
like it never happened?
Nice.
Like that situation never occurred.
That's just solid life advice. Just act like it never happened.
Exactly.
You know.
Sweep that under the old rug and move on.
Oh yeah, no. And also I have a shaved head, not from necessity, but just because I like the style.
Right.
Y'all can't see this, but it's actually really thick.
But I shave it every
Beautiful
day.
locks.
Yeah, but like old women will just be like, reach over and rub your head.
That's why I'm growing my hair out. That's the reason.
They'll just be like, oh, I just love the way it feels. I'm like, I feel like a little puppy over here, like a Machia pet or something. Like, when is this appropriate to do? Like, I've never been somewhere checking out and just reached over the counter and rubbed somebody's head. You imagine being at Target and be like,
Thanks, Billy.
thanks.
Rub. See you next week.
Oh, Billy.
Did you tell us a story one time about either a client or someone related to them was in prison and I feel like you've had a prison clients. Or is this like a regular occurrence?
So here lately it is. And
He just can't talk about it.
like
The judge said he can't tell the story.
so I honestly had to like block a number from my phone because it was from the jail. And this lady, she's been a customer forever. And like, you know, my grandma knew her mom and everything else. And she'd always come in the store, purchase a little bit of stuff, repair stuff and everything else, sell gold. And she was one of those customers where, like, we'd known her so long. Like, she'd be like, hey, can I sell you my gold and I buy it back in a couple weeks?
Okay.
And I do that for, I do that for like a handful of people just because, like, they were good customers.
Right.
All of my customers that I did that for apparently were not good people and went to jail.
Good customers, not great people.
But inside the store, they were great. Like, you would never know. And but she's in jail now, waiting trial because she shot and killed a lady. But she wasn't trying to shoot her. She was trying to shoot her husband in the car. And
The lady's husband or her
her
husband?
husband was in the car with the lady.
Oh.
And like,
Oh. Wow.
You know, we joked about there should be a reality show based on jewelry stores, but I'm thinking now it should just be
But
based
why?
on your store only.
Yes.
but why are they calling me? Like, I'm like, man.
So you were her first call?
I don't. No, I wasn't the first call.
You
I
get
was the
one
first
call.
call. And
Get Mack on the line now.
I'll
Right.
take care of this.
and then I had another customer who was the same way, and he was nicest guy and everything else. And then it turned out, apparently the Murdoch guy that went to jail for murder was having him cash checks for him or whatever. And so he went to jail on some financial issues. And like I said, like, somebody you'd never think would be involved with that dude at all, like two completely different walks of life. And
Jeez.
it was just he was like a big teddy bear. Like, boy, he'd come in the store and just nice, soft-spoken, everything else. And it's like, then I got a letter from jail one day from him, and he was like, I know you hold on to my stuff.
I can't pick up that watch.
Can you
just
hold
yet.
it on to me till I get out? And
They think,
he gets
if
out
I
in
get
like
good
7-8
behavior.
years. And,
but I'm behaving myself, so I think I can get out early.
yeah.
Hey, how you think gold will be when I get out of prison?
You're right. He's like, you think I can sell it when I get out?
Cash.
Yeah, oh,
Cash.
yeah. But it's crazy. And what's crazy is like the guys that got got in trouble, like, they were legitimately, like, the nicest dudes when they come in the store.
Oh,
like,
sure.
oh, no. Like, I would spend hours talking with him about religion and about, how important it is to have a positive outlook on life and to not be focusing on negative stuff and focus on the positive and growing that positive. And so it was kind of like a big shock. Oh. I was like,
hopefully he's looking forward.
Were you not listening to anything I said?
That's kind of how I felt afterwards.
It's the last time I give therapy advice from a jewelry store.
Just going to listen to this.
Last time this week, maybe.
Right.
I know if you think long and hard about it, you'll come up with another story.
Well, you said family friendly is throwing me off.
We have. I mean, you can self edit, but also we have towards the end we have some rapid fire questions for you.
Oh, nice.
So we still got some time to kill. So,
yeah.
So let's. Oh, do you have another story or?
I'm still trying to think of one that's family appropriate. You know?
Me and Brad, we are professional ramblers. If you need
I
to
would
think.
like to say that one of the, I said this earlier, the causes for bench jewelers memes was my grandma.
Yes.
Are you going to make us look bad right now?
No, because it's one of those. It's going to make you look like how you are, Dusty. That's it. But
a saint.
Hey, but my grandmother, to know her is to love her, and
she was a meme.
But she was very stern, and she had a very stern look about her, and it was just the way that, she got into the business as a woman at a time. It was not popular for women to own a business. In fact, there was a prominent Jewish businessman next door, and after my granddad died, he came and told her, he said, business is not a place for a woman. You need to pack up and go.
Oh, wow. That was a different time, boy.
And my grandmother said, I will be here after you're gone.
Nice.
Surprise, surprise.
She was.
And that was her driving force. But I took a picture of my grandma just standing up, looking out the front door one day on the security camera. And she wasn't mad, but in the picture, she just looks like she's super mad.
Right. To be clear, after this gets posted, I will reshare those memes so they're fresh on everybody's mind.
And
with respect,
and
to Helen.
And it was just a way of joking around, but that really started off the memes and everything else.
I almost forgot this just now, but I met Helen the first time I came down.
Yeah.
And she was. You could tell she's an interesting woman.
And
in the brief time I talked to her.
But she was, I will say, she was one of these people that, like, she was so physically responsible that even when the store didn't do a large volume, you thought that it did. And because she was just a very shrewd business lady and knew how to keep it together.
Mm-hmm. I wish you could help me out right now. That would be... I could use a Helen around here to whip me into shape.
For real.
Man, I'd love to hear some of the things she'd tell you right now.
So truth be told, I don't know how much truth this is to it, but she would actually be not happy that you guys moved the store, correct? Even though it looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, she'd be really pissed. And I remodeled our old store a few years before she passed, and I had to tell her, I was like, because we needed to do some updating. We hadn't updated since '82, and
I know that feeling.
And so I was like, but her thing was she just didn't like change. She liked things to stay the same.
Gotcha.
And I told her, I was like, listen, we're going to be closed the week of July 4th. I need you to stay home all week. And when I finish, you can come back. And I didn't think she was going to be able to do it, because if not, everything. I'm gonna get rid. No, we can't get rid of this. We've had that 50 years. But it's like, but it's a cardboard box with a stain.
What's the oldest inventory item you have?
Now?
Or just scrap out a lot of it?
I scrap some out, but also in our moving sale. That's a great thing. That's the only time when gold hits $3,700, and when you need stuff that you can price up to price down for a moving sale. That's the only great time it is to have a lot of dead inventory.
I bet.
And so that helped out. So when we had our moving sale, we didn't have to bring in any inventory from anywhere else, and we cleared a bunch of it out.
Nice.
And then my torch helped with the rest.
Nice.
But you think if she walked in the new shop,
she would like it now.
Yeah.
But she would have hated
the idea
of it and the entire process of it. And I mean, she told me before, she's like, I know you're going to do something, but I don't want to know nothing about it. And I won't be here, and it won't matter. And
True that.
But also, I can look at it and see, and I never pushed the issue while she was living, because, that was the last place that she worked with my granddad.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, the house that she lived in, like, she never moved, and even though she did remarry later on in life, she'd tell you, like, my granddad was the absolute love of her life, and and I think that was the reason for, like, holding on to it, like, because we had his watch bench there still and everything, and we still do now. Yeah, no.
I didn't know it. Like, the day she passed, y'all sold it immediately.
No. We waited a couple of years, and because it took me a while. I did all the remodeling on the bank myself, and
we know because you whined every day.
Look
what I'm doing.
I'm still whining, by the way.
Oh, we know.
I fell off the roof during that process and everything else. I remember that. On Valentine's Day, and so we're at the hospital. And, great way. And my wife's looking at me, and I just look at her. I'm like, well, you said you wanted to go someplace expensive without the kids. Here we are.
Oh, man.
It's not what she meant, apparently.
No.
We,
Gosh. Never happy, are they?
Brad, I don't know if you noticed, and I don't know, Mac, if you've listened to the other episodes, but we alluded to the fact that you lost weight and you look very good.
Thank you. Yeah, I've lost
when I gave you a hug,
pounds.
I could touch my fingers when I hugged you.
Oh, y'all hugged?
Well, that was a little creepy that you hugged me that close, but I didn't want to say anything.
I like to hug somebody and just, lock hands, lock my hands.
Don't let go. I'm like, 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. This has been kind of creepy. 3 Mississippi.
He learned how to hug from Isaiah.
We'll do
see that.
We'll do a video podcast one day and just record Brad and Mac hugging.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right now, you have to spend $19.95 a month to see that.
That's right.
I actually thought about that earlier when you were talking about all the...
Join us on Bench Meme Fans.
Bench Meme Fans. When you're talking about how well you treat employees, I was like, Brad just needs some food and a big hug every morning, and he's
Brad, there's room in the truck to come back to Baltimore.
I'm going, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going. If I don't have to be touched.
Hey, you can...
Dusty.
So you're on your way, Mac, to grab like your third laser.
Yeah, getting another laser welder from another jeweler who.
Dang, so 3 laser welders now.
So 2 laser welders, a laser engraver. Man, we got.
Y'all are getting into.
We got 4 3D printers. 3 of them work.
You just got the new 3D scanner. So tell me about that. How is it awesome, or are you still trying to figure it out?
I'm still trying to figure out some of it. It's neat. But it, unfortunately, it's not to the technology where it scans it and automatically makes the CAD file. Because, I feel like for $10,000 it should. But so what you have to do is scan it and then go in and do a little CAD work stuff or whatever. But I'm sending Medium to his 3rd CAD class in October. sending them over to Stellar again for that.
Yeah, because I think in 2026 we're sending Medium all of our custom CAD work. So.
Exactly. You just let them print it out.
So is there anything you guys don't do in-house now?
Watch repair. Because we're smart.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Do you even know anybody that repairs watches anymore?
Yeah, well, my watch guy, but I think he's going to retire.
I was about to say
it too.
We all know watch guys, but then every passing year, it's like I actually don't know any anymore.
Yeah, and mine's going to retire, and I don't know what I'm going to do when he does retire.
I know what you're going to do.
Quit fixing watches.
There you go.
But what's crazy is, as time's gone by, like, we're getting a lot more high-end watches for repair and everything else. And
wow.
You know.
I've found that it is a lot easier to tell people no with watch repairs. Back in the day when you would say no, they would be like, well, I'm just going to go to the place down the street.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, and if you find someone who can do it, can you please let me know?
Right. And we still get calls for people who want clock repair, which blows my mind.
Did you ever do clock repair?
So we used to take clocks in for repair and have a guy that came and picked them up, and
of course,
keep them for 6 or 7 months and bring them back. And
gosh,
it's like, to me, it reminds me of.
Oddly enough, watch repairmen and clock repairmen care the least about time when it comes to getting a job done. I'm like, isn't that the whole basis of it?
Their excuse,
they're looking at the wrong watch, I guess.
had no clue 17 months had passed. Dang. I need a different clock.
Just give me 2 more weeks.
And those are always fun to tell customers. And we tell customers, hey, it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks at least. And
they call on 3 weeks and 6 days. They call in to check on it.
Or, so you call them in a week to tell them the estimate, of what this guy says it's going to cost to fix. And, of course, they don't answer. And, of course, they don't listen to the voicemail. And a week later, they come in, I'm here to pick up my watch. And we're like, yeah, it's at the watchmaker. Yeah, but y'all called me. We're like, yes.
Yes, we sure
to
did.
get your approval.
Dude, that's another topic is, like, you guys use the Edge, too.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that just are idiots. Like, for one, like, I don't know if you get it a lot, but we get people, they don't bring their tickets.
No. And
they just walk in, they're like, yeah, I'm here to pick up that ring. And that's all they say. And then they'll be like, yeah, it's Susan. I'm like, okay, are you going to give me any information that I actually need to find your repair?
You mean you have more than one customer getting something fixed here at a time? That's crazy. Like, yeah, we get that. My ladies up front are a little bulldoggish about having the paperwork.
Nice.
One time back late 90s when my mom was working at the store and before we had computers and all this other jazz, she got scammed by 2 identical twin brothers.
Ooh.
And one came and picked up a chain that he dropped off for repair and everything else. And next day, same looking guy comes back. And
that's crazy.
But he had his ticket, and he's like, no, I didn't pick it up. Must have been my brother.
I'd been like, must have been. Go see him.
Yeah.
So did they give them like a whole lecture when they hand them the repair ticket about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they tell them, you're going to need to bring this back or your ID. If you don't have this paperwork or your ID, you cannot get your merchandise. If you lose this paperwork and somebody else brings it back, we will give them your merchandise with this paper. So keep hold of this. Do not lose it.
I like that last part.
And
yes. We should incorporate that.
Yes.
And it does help.
Oh, I'm sure.
But what's the greatest thing? Back when we used to do paper layaway tickets and everything else, we'd get a guy come in and he'd be like, yeah, I got a layaway for Dwayne Johnson. And you're like, Dwayne Johnson. And you're looking and you're panicking.
Yeah.
And you're like, I know this guy's face, but I don't have a Dwayne Johnson. And then he's like, oh, wait. I put it in my other name. Look for Michael Williams. And then you look, and there's Michael Williams. You're like,
I don't.
So which one is it?
Here's what's hilarious is you telling this story about like back before computers. We get that. I promise you, at least 4 times a year, like in the year 2025.
Oh, that's great.
We're just like you said, stressing out, can't find it, looking everywhere,
panicking.
And we're looking in the system under their number and everything. And it's like, oh, she's like, oh yeah, I probably put it under my other name. And I'm like, who? What?
Right. We had it a couple weeks ago.
And that's the greatest thing is looking for a repair in front of a customer and not finding it, but you know it's there, so you know it's not lost, but you're just having to thumb through it, and the customer is just looking like just freaking out, like panic on their face.
They give you like 10 seconds before they start losing their crap. We had, in typical podcast fashion, UPS showed up, and our doorbell's ringing off the hook. When Brad sits back down, Mac, we're going to try to wrap it up, and we're going to hit you with our rapid-fire questions.
Nice.
I know you got stuff to do.
Yeah, I got a lot of driving to do today.
And you guys are closed on Mondays, right? Still?
Yeah, we close Sunday, Mondays, and
we're the odd ones. We'll talk about it eventually, but we do Monday through Friday.
Yeah,
and there's a reason for it.
Yeah, you talked me into doing Tuesday through Saturday, and then a month later went to Monday through Friday.
One day we'll have to have Travis on here, so maybe he can tell it.
And again, better. I think that is one of those situations where everybody's situation is different. I feel like it is better for my store to be open half a day on Saturday than it is on Monday. Mm-hmm. Just because of...
Well, the reality is
my working class of people, most of them, majority work Monday through Friday. The same hours that we're open.
So do ours. We just don't care.
Well, that's what I was going to say is I don't think that's why every store has to do what works best for them, because ultimately you can train your clients.
Right.
And so, yes, I don't want to go too deep into this because we've got to wrap it up, but yes, do we lose clients on Saturday? Yes. But the ones that actually are genuinely curious why our schedule is, they usually respect it. And it's not about it, and that's why there's stores, if they were open 7 days a week, if that works for you, like, that's fantastic. But don't judge another store.
And it's all on your staff, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, none of my staff has young kids, except for me. Mm-hmm. And so they don't care about working Saturday, and they would prefer to have Monday off because they don't, knock on wood, ever take a day off during the week because they have Monday to do whatever their appointments need to be done.
Well, and I've said for a while, people ask about our schedule, I'm like, hey, you know what? In 10 years, it might drastically change. But for right now, this is what we're going to do. Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to the rapid-fire questions. I probably should have, these are not the greatest. We came up with these texting one night. So we're just going to ask them. If you want to explain, you can, but we need a quick answer.
Got you.
How much do you charge for watch battery replacement?
10, 20, 40.
Oh, God. You want to explain. Here we go.
So
let's hear it.
I'm one of these crazy people.
You already knew.
So I offer a little warranty with it. And the only reason I started doing it was because I didn't want to do watch batteries myself anymore because it was taking me away from other jobs I needed to be doing. And I noticed that my people will work more for money. And so I was like, hey, if you sell a regular watch battery, you don't get anything extra. If you do the 3-year warranty at $20, I'll give you, what is it, $2? And it's $2 extra. And if you sell the lifetime, you get $5 extra. And so basically you get 10% of the deal.
Now, did you throw them a little bone if they personally change the battery, or that's part of it?
So the rule was they have to do it to get the credit.
Oh, even better.
Oh, wow.
And because if I do it, then I'm going to get the credit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep it all. And my people, they use it. And what they like to do, which works out good for me, is instead of me paying them, they're like, can we just put that on merchandise for us? Yes, you can.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, you can.
Next topic, white gold, yellow gold, or rose gold? What you like?
Yellow all the way.
Always yellow gold, even when white gold was blowing up.
It's in my soul to rock that gold, Dusty. That's a Kanye reference.
I'll take your word for it. All right, your favorite shape or cut of diamond?
If I'm setting it, round.
Oh, that's a very
I'm
good
so
qualifier.
sick of these
Ovals?
princess cuts.
Oh, you doing a lot of princess?
The last 2 weeks has been like
Y'all bringing
princess
it back.
cut, V prongs.
We have seen a little uptick in princess, but not that much.
Yeah, and most of this is like remounting other customers' stuff.
Actually, is
Not
it
a
weird?
new sale on the princess.
Is it weird that I kind of like setting princess cuts?
Yeah,
You're
I think
kinda
it
weird.
I think it forces me to slow down and like.
And a round prong or a V prong?
I prefer a round prong, to be honest.
I prefer the round prong,
Yeah.
but
That's true.
the V prong takes me way more longer in prep work.
No, that's
Anything
true.
with a tip, just I'm so nervous about, especially if it's a customer stone, about chipping the tip or whatever.
Well, you
I
went-
take like 3 or 4 times longer,
Oh yeah,
just checking it,
But
taking
it's-
it in, putting it out.
but it's much more like satisfaction when you set them though. Then the round is just like boom, boom, boom. You're done.
I like easy money.
There you go. I understand. All right. Let's see. Most expensive piece of jewelry you've ever sold.
Ooh. Probably just shy of 40,000.
Is that a big diamond sale?
30 something. Yeah. It was a 3-carat natural a year or 2 ago.
Nice.
That's always a good sale.
Yeah, she had bought a 3-carat lab, and she was happy with it until she thought about it for a week, and then she called and she's like, I see a line in it. I think it's cracked. And she brought it in. I was like, no, that's a... You could see a reflection of the facet, at the bottom. And I was like, no, that's in all of them. And she's like, but not a natural, right? And I was like, no, it's in a natural too. And so I showed her a natural. I was like, see, it's got it too. She's like, I would just rather the natural. I was like,
I would
okay.
also rather than
I feel like that. What you we get young people. It's like, well, let's just go ahead and get the 4-carat lab, and then maybe in a year I'll upgrade her to the natural. And I'm like, that ain't happening,
you're not.
buddy.
Right. Good job.
And I'm one of these guys, like, so my wife, she's got a lab. She had a 2-carat natural, and she wanted a 3-carat, and I was like, you could get the 3-carat lab today, or you could wait till
When I die.
till I, figure this out.
All right, your favorite child? Go, hurry.
Oh, that's easy. That's my middle child.
We only asked that for Mac today since his son's sitting right here.
I'm just kidding. I don't like any of them.
And then, really, don't think about this. Least favorite employee that you have.
Oh, what day? What day?
See, that's how I answered the favorite kid
And-
question.
So, like, my least favorite and my most favorite employee is Angela, just depending on what time of day it is, actually, because it changes throughout the day.
Does Angela have an iPhone? Or an Android?
Oh, come on, boy.
You already know.
She got an Android?
You know it's Android.
All right. Does she listen to Spotify?
No.
God, I'm going to find a way to get her this podcast when we post it.
Yeah, no, she's on a cruise. She's on her.
What?
I saw that.
What?
Living
on
her
a
best
cruise.
life.
It's great.
Was that like a bonus for her from you? Or
No, the bonus was she's gone for a week, and
it's going to be a long week for you guys. I hope Medium's ready to work out front the whole week.
I got my mom. I coming in, helping out, affectionately known as Big Cindy, and
Very affectionately known.
because she's the boss, baby.
We're gonna next time. All right, Brad. Any closing thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, this was awesome.
Other than we're gonna have to have.
There's going to be multiple
Either-
parts.
We're gonna have to transport all of our stuff down to Walterboro the next time we do this. And 100% Angela's gonna be on with us.
Oh,
Y'all might have to do a video one.
All right, we're gonna plan it. In the meantime, Mac, thank you for stopping by on your travels.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Medium, good seeing you again.
And just to set the standard for any future guests that y'all have,
please do.
I I brought them some nice gifts and everything else. So
he sure did.
Yes, he did. And we
so
gave you nothing.
Don't show up here just thinking
you're gonna get on a podcast.
No. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you next time on Bitchular Memes Podcast.
Bye.
Behind the glass case, diamonds catching light. Another customer walks in at closing time. I've explained the settings that cuts the price, but they're standing there with that look in their eyes. Just one more question, they always say, as I'm reaching for my keys to lock the display. The clock strikes 6, but they won't go away. It's the same old song, day after day. One more question, one more doubt, one more thing they need to figure out. I smile and nod, but I wanna shout. There's always one more question never ends. Around the corner it comes again. My patience wearing paper thin. There's always one more question. What about insurance? What about the band? Can you resize it? Do you take payment plans? I answer each one with my practiced hand, but they shift their weight and they take a stand. Actually, wait, I need to know. Here we go again, this familiar show. The parking meter's about to go, but they're not ready to let this go. One more question, one more doubt, one more thing they need to figure out. I smile and nod, but I wanna shout. There's always one more question never ends. Around the corner it comes again. My patience wearing paper thin. There's always one more question. In my dreams I see them standing there, pointing at the cases with that vacant stare. One more question echoing everywhere, following me home. It's my nightmare. 20 years I've worked this velvet floor. Thought I'd heard every question before, but they keep on coming through the door with just one question and then one more. One more question, one more doubt, one more thing they need to figure out. I've lost the will to smile about. There's always one more question never ends. Around the corner it comes again. My sanity is wearing thin. There's always one more question. Excuse me, sorry, just one more. One more question. I promise this is it. I for one more question. The sign says close, but they ignore. There's always one more question. Hey.